You guess what I'm being for Halloween? If you guessed Lady Jessica from Dune, you are correct. Let's get into the makeup. For the makeup inspiration, we're doing this era of Lady Jessica. I think a lot of people do her Reverend Mother era, but no, this is the vibe. House of Atreides all the way. I want to start the look with a really even base. I'm going to use a foundation that's one shade lighter than my natural skin tone. I want to look like I've been living on a spaceship for months and that the sun of Arrakis has not yet touched my skin. Just the teensiest bit of concealer. Adding a tiny bit of contour, but absolutely no blush. I want the skin to look really wet, like it's being blasted by the misty air of Caladan. So I'm taking the Fenty Diamond Balm in How Many Carats and just sweeping it along the high points of my face. Using some setting powder to bake my under eyes. I don't want this makeup going anywhere, and this helps to brighten as well. This is from Ami Collet. Oh my god, this is so much powder. Also using that to carve out my contour as well. Gently brushing off the excess. I'm largely going to be using this etherealized palette from Makeup by Mario, especially this gray shade right here. Using a ton of this to really pack it onto the lid and just define that crease. Sweeping it out along my temple and then down and along my brow bone. And take that same gray shade and drag it along your under eyes as well and connect it with the outer temple. Should look a little something like this. Still subtle, but very dramatic. I'm then going to grab this taupey shimmer from the same palette and just press it onto the lid with my finger and sweep it up a little bit. Taking that same brush and then just blending it because I don't want the shimmer to be too pronounced. We're not going to do liner, but we are going to use a charcoaly black eyeshadow just along the lash line to really beef it up. And my trick to using shadow as a liner is you don't ever sweep, you just gently press it into the lid along the lash line, and then to get that super diffused look, you tilt the brush upward and you just sweep up slightly away from the lash line. I'm gonna sweep this like bone shade along my brow bone just to kind of define the shape of the eyeshadow a little bit. I feel like it got kind of muddy. Now that I'm seeing it, I think it needs just the subtlest hint of blush right in the center of the cheek just to help balance the look a little bit. Just using this shimmery shadow stick as my inner corner highlight. This is from Bobbi Brown in the shade Moonstone. Mascara on top and bottom lashes. This is the Victoria Beckham Posh lipstick in the shade Smile. If you like the 90s concealer lip but you find it to be a little unwearable, this is your girl. Just blotting the tiniest bit off because I want it to be a little more subtle. Now for the most important part of my costume, the headdress that I handmade. How fucking major is this? That is sickening. This took me 10 hours to make, and just wait till you see it with the rest of the costume. I'm also gonna add this Rick Owens shawl hood thing that I have. I mean, that's pretty major. Stay tuned for part 2 where I put on my actual outfit.